If you are 50 plus and you don't feel that you've ever been authentically yourself, that might be because you just haven't had the support or the tools to figure out how to do that. Well, with this video, I hope to give you some idea of how to move forward with that so that you can start living your best life. Hi, my name is Alan. I'm 61 and I'm an actor and a writer living in New York City with my husband and our 18-year-old cat. And I love using this platform to reach out to my 50 plus LGBTQIA plus and all of our allies so that I can offer you support and ideas to hopefully make your life just a little bit easier based on the things that I've gone through in my life. Now, a quick story. When I was 9 years old, I got hired to be in a production of Peter Pan, my very first acting job ever. I was playing Michael, the youngest child, and it was just me as a kid, and the rest of the cast were all adults. But they didn't treat me just like a kid. They treated me like an equal, like a colleague, like one of the gang, and I just loved that. And I felt like I had truly found my people. One of my favorite things was to sit in the green room and listen to everybody tell stories and tell jokes, and we just sat and laughed. And I was included in all of it. One of the best things was when these two guys who were very flamboyant and openly gay, who played pirates in the show, they would come into the green room and they would do little vaudeville acts for us, little songs and dances and impersonations, and we would sit and laugh ourselves sick. It was so wonderful. And I remember thinking, that's who I want to be when I grow up. I want to be someone that gives joy and makes people laugh and makes people happy. Well, I felt like I was just flying high. I had made some great discovery. And a few nights later, I was with my parents. We were out to dinner at Frisch's Big Boy. And if you live in the Midwest, you know Big Boy. And I decided, unprompted, that I was going to regale my parents with a command performance of what these guys had done in the green room. So I started gesticulating and making faces and mugging and doing voices, everything you can think of, being as campy and queeny as a 9-year-old knew how to be, giving it my 100% all. And my parents just froze. And my father leans over and he says, Alan, you've got to stop that. People are starting to stare. And I thought, my God, what did I do? And my mother, who was a much more direct person, leans over and she says, those guys in your show, we don't think they're so hot. In fact, we would never hang out with people like that, ever. And I remember in that moment feeling like I had to just close myself into a little box. I couldn't show any kind of happiness or emotion when it came to this particular subject. And I stayed in that little box until I got to college. And then it took some doing for my friends to kind of extract me from that box and support me with, you know, their friendship, their love, listening to me and giving me advice and recommending books and just being there to help me along the way and tell me that it was okay that I was who I was. It was okay that I occasionally liked to be a silly gay person who just kind of did impersonations and made people laugh. That was something that had been taken away from me and I rediscovered it. And I have to say, I couldn't really do that around my family, not at that time. The coming out came a little bit later. I'll talk about that on another video. But I could be myself with the people I trusted, with my friends. And I relied on them, and it was a true lifeline. Now, I don't want to suggest that you just pop out of the closet if that's the case, or make a proclamation of this is who I am if it's not safe for you to do. You know your life. I don't. So I want you to do what's safest and best for you. But I do want you to know that there is a huge community out here that will love and support you. And if you don't feel that you have a connection just now, you can always drop me a line. I'm here to listen. That's what this channel is for, to support and uplift. So if you need a friend, if you need support, if you need some encouragement, some feedback, some resources, I'm here for that. I can, I'm not a, I'm, time out. I'm not a mental health professional. I'm not licensed in any way. I'm just here to tell you this is what worked for me, and maybe it'll work for you. So give that some thought, would you? And if you're still with me, thank you. Please like and subscribe and share this video if there are people out there who might benefit from listening to it. And as I tell you all the time, go out, do your random act of kindness. It really makes such a world of difference, not only to the people that you do the kindness to, but it helps you. It gives your soul something nice. I swear by it. Thank you for being here. As always, it means the world to me. And I will see you very soon on the next one. You have yourself a beautiful day.